Good morning, families, and thank you for coming to my open house this year. I know you guys have seen my face already quite a bit in our videos, but I just wanted to thank you for stopping by. I wanted to also talk a little bit about the program in general for you because your students are going to see me every year as they move through their elementary program. The program's really built into three steps. The early learners, pre K, kindergarten, first grade, my goal with them is just to get them functional so that they are comfortable using a computer, logging in, turning in their assignments. We're going to start with some basic keyboarding stuff, just learning this is a mouse, this is a keyboard. A lot of our students aren't even comfortable using a keyboard and a mouse or a keyboard and a trackpad. They don't know where the letters are on the keyboard because it's all confusing. They're in different spots than they're not alphabetical. Um, so I really try to make it just an interactive and fun experience with those young students. I think it's very important for them to get some core skills in, and we'll do some fun little programming stuff. But really, with the early learners, I'm sort of sneaking in the learning. It's a lot of learning through play and a lot of learning through exploration. As we move up, second, third grade, we really start to look at some fundamental skills. We look at some proper keyboarding techniques. We start to do some basic coding. Your students in second and third grade are going to be producing pseudo programs of their own through our platform code.org this year. We also do a lot of sort of jump in projects, whether we're live or whether we are recorded or whether we're in person in the learning lab. The first one you saw the sneak peek of is this Gravitrax, but it's just fun little things where the students can have a unique technology experience and have some sort of physical product that they made or they contributed to. As we move into the older students, my fourth and fifth graders, that is where programming starts to that's where keyboarding starts to back off a little bit and programming picks up. They're actually learning JavaScript programming. Now, they're not doing full programming where they're typing out the code. They're using drag and drop block based programming, which years ago was sort of frowned upon, but now, even in commercial programming environments, block based is the way to go. You only really go into the nuts and bolts coding when you need to fix something that is a big debugging issue. So, by the end of fifth grade, your students will be able to complete a program. That means they can build a basic app for their phone, they can automate things on their computers, and even though they know it's JavaScript, they sort of don't know it's JavaScript because it's all contained within our programming environment. The great news is as they move on to junior high, and if they have a real interest in it, into the electives in senior high, they'll be able to expand this knowledge and they have a great core. The reason we don't teach a dedicated language in the elementary level is because technology evolves so fast that by the time they would learn whatever it is, whether I taught Python, whether I taught Scratch, whether I taught JavaScript, by the time they would learn that, it would be obsolete before they get to really use it in practice at the high school level. So we really try to teach the skills and the logical thinking that goes into programming for the students, more so than a very specific language. I think has worked out very well. I've seen some colleagues in other schools that teach specific languages that are now changing their model to our model because of the evolution of technology. In all of the classes, we also explore some cutting edge, bleeding edge technology. We get to look at things that are going on in the tech world on a daily or class basis. These activities have not yet rolled out online. I wanted the students to get comfortable finding things since they're going between the Google Classroom and our class portal and whatever other environment they're looking at. The other thing that we start to learn are some digital skills. 4th and 5th grade, you've already started your applied digital skills class in Google. And we're going to continue to move forward with all levels doing grade appropriate digital skills. It's everything from acceptable use in Google Drive to tips and tricks to, digital citizenship, what to and not to do online. So that's a brief overview of our course. If you need to meet with me one-on-one or get some one-on-one assistance, you guys already know. You know where to reach me. You can shoot me an email, and I always do my best to get back to you as soon as possible. With the volume of emails that come in this year, I do have a personal goal to get back to you in one school day. Please remember, though, if it's over a weekend or if it's over a day where we're off, one school day is quite literally one school day. So if you email me on a Thursday, it's possible you don't hear from me until a Monday. This is also important when it comes to due dates and activities. If you need some help with it, you don't want to email me the absolute day before it's due. Because if I get backed up, and I'm going to try not to, but it could happen if I get backed up and you email me, that one school day could carry over onto the due date, and then things are bad. Now, again, due dates are very flexible with me this year. I understand that we all have different situations, but I still want to try to hit them because I don't want anyone to fall too far behind. So the big thing is, if something's a little off, just get in touch with me, touch base with me, and we'll work out a plan. Again, I think you're going to have a good time in technology this year. Your students are going to have a good time in technology, and just take it easy. If something doesn't make sense, try again. Put it aside until tomorrow, or give me a ring, and we'll figure it out together. Thanks for stopping by my open house. Please take a chance to explore our technology portal. I know you guys see it in brief doses when you're accessing your content for the week, but there's all sorts of good information there, especially if you need to get in touch with me. Also, make sure that you're very familiar with the Google Classroom. Again, you're seeing it in doses, but make sure that you know where to find your grade level stuff. So if you're in 2nd grade, you're only finding and submitting the 2nd grade activities. If you're in 5th grade, same thing. I hope that you have a wonderful open house, virtually meeting all of us, and we'll see you either through the screen or in person or on the phone or via an email sometime soon. Have a great evening, folks.